Okay, so today we're just gonna get started with Corel, the basics. So as soon as you open Corel, you get that page. Let me just close this. You get this page, and it's got new documents, new from templates, open recent. If you have any recent work, you'll find it there. Well, since you're a beginner, I don't think you have any. So we'll click on new document to create a new document. Alternatively, you can click the plus. Another alternate is to click there, you create a new document. The other alternative is you click file and you click new. But this is the most simple way, so we'll just click new documents. Then this dialog comes up. For me, I love to work on A4, so usually the default is letter. But as for me, I love working on A4 because most of the things that I do are corporate designs and posters and all of that, and I like using A4 as a standard. Whether it's in portraits or it's in landscape, as long as it's in A4. Millimeters doesn't. You can either use millimeters or centimeters. If you are in America, you can use inches or feet and yards. Yeah, depending on what size you're designing. Sometimes I use pixels when I'm designing a Facebook cover. I use pixels when I'm doing a WhatsApp status. That's when I use pixels. Sorry, not a WhatsApp status, a WhatsApp profile picture. I use pixels when I'm designing something for websites. I use pixels because A4 is way bigger than pixels. Pixels are really small stuff. Leave everything in its default setting. Number of pages 1, CMYK, primary color code mode, CMYK 300, DPI, and then preview enhanced. Yeah, the rest just leave it. Do not click here. Do not click this. This is very important because sometimes we forget to change the name. To change the name of the document. This is actually the second tutorial I've done. I've recorded this video already. So I've named this Corel Basics 2. So do not click there because this will never come back. And I don't even know where to find it. I lost it once and I couldn't find it. Okay, so it's created as a new page. So I'm just going to show you what everything is. This may be a long tutorial because I'm trying to show you everything. Maybe we start on the right side. Okay, no, I start on the left. So the very first tool on the top is called the pick tool. If you leave the mouse to hover above one of the tools for like a second, it will show you the name of the tool and what it does. So this is for selecting, positioning, and transforming objects. So Corel Draw works with objects. Everything that you're gonna have on this page is an object, and that is what Corel Draw works with. If you look up here, you got this and this. So this is for landscape, that's for portraits. So you can click there and it's become portraits. And then these two. This is when you create a new page, it will keep the default size of the original page. Okay, and whenever you change the page size on one page, the entire document will adopt those changes. But if you click here, then you can have different sizes on the pages. So for example, I can have, originally remember we had A4, but since I've clicked there, I can actually have this in, let's say, A6, which is much smaller. Alright, but I've got a big A4 here and I've got an A6 there. Let me just put this in portraits. Okay, so that's A4, that's A6, because I clicked this thing there. This is just the measurements, or the, what do we call it? Units, yeah, drawing units that we're using. Remember those inches and all of that at the first time, yeah, that's how you get to change it. And then we have this part here, that's for actually giving the page a custom size. When you're like doing a banner or something. So let's put this in centimeters, and let's say I'm designing a banner for Pepsi, and they want 125 centimeters by 1 meter, which is 100 centimeters. So that's what you'd have to do to change the page size. So yeah, now let's get started with the tools. Put this in landscape, put this back. Okay, this tool is called the shape tool. Alternatively, you can press F10 to get there quickly. The shape tool is used for manipulating shapes. Okay, that's how I get to make the cartoons. That's how I get to make the logos, because the logos have got like funny shapes on them. So the shape tool is what really helps with that. This is called the crop tool. If you click this black arrow at the bottom there, it gives you other tools. I don't really use, or haven't used much of these. Freehand tool. The freehand tool, I'm guessing I can just circle what I want to pick like that, and then I get it. And the free transform, never tried that. Let me just see what it does. So show this. Boom. Oh, okay, I get it. You draw a circle around what you want. Boom, and we got it. What a process. Okay, and then we got the free transform. Okay, weird. Definitely not that accurate. Okay, and then in the shape tool, when you click that black arrow, you got a lot of other stuff. So you got smear, twirl. But today I'll just teach you guys on the shape tool. You probably won't even need to use these for quite some time. I haven't even used those. If you click on the crop tool, you got other stuff as well. You got the virtual segment, delete. You got the eraser. I used to use it a lot, but I stopped. Then you got the zoom tool. Yeah, that's for zooming in. To zoom out, you click the right mouse key. To zoom in, you click the left. And then you got the pan. The pan, you move the page around. Okay, so let's just go back to this. And then what we have here now is the freehand tool. The freehand tool is like a pencil or something. So you can like draw a circle. You can draw your own square. And where the one line meets the other line is to create a shape. But if it doesn't meet, it won't create a shape. As in, you cannot change the color of that. So for example, I can change the color to this because and this because the lines met, but with this I can't. I can simply change the line color. Okay, so we can just delete that, and then we have the 2-point line. You can get the lines to meet. Boom, we got a shape. So this is basically about drawing shapes, either freehand or stuff. So if you want to trace the square, you want to get it accurate. The next one was Bezier. I don't know how you pronounce that, but you just make points or nodes. So you click there, like that, like that, like that, like that, and it creates a shape. I usually use it for like mock-ups and stuff, for business cards, or I use it on even doing cartoons as well. Because after that I use the shape tool to manipulate stuff. So this is what it does. You can like create polygon or something. I think yeah, it's called a polygon. Yeah, just like that. I'll skip all of this and come straight here. When I'm drawing a line and I want it accurately straight without using a ruler, I just do this. Boom, and now it's straight, like automatic. That was the smart drawing tool. Okay, we got this. It's a paintbrush. Yeah, I don't really use it, but you can probably use it if you want to. I haven't really found the need. Okay, let's just remove that. So I'm pressing Ctrl Z to undo everything. Ctrl Z or Ctrl Z if you're American. Alright, just put this in the middle. This is what we're going to play with. This is what we're going to use. Also, you cannot manipulate the shape until you convert it to curves. Alternatively, you can press Control Q. Control Q will make it a curve, and when it's a curve, you can now click on the shape to now manipulate. You double click on the shape, on the square, like that, and there, and there, and then you can, but I'll do another tutorial on the shape tool. It needs its own tutorial. Right now I'm just showing you the what do you call these things? The tools. Alright, the next tool is the rectangle tool. You can draw squares and rectangle by dragging in the middle and clicking on the mouse. Like you just click and hold and then you drag and you got the square. Now you got a rectangle. However you want. You can even use it to make a line. So actually, when I started using Corel Draw, I'd use this tool to make lines. I've gone back to that because Corel's got a habit of increasing the size of the line when you decrease the size of the entire shape or design that you're doing. So this is a square or a rectangle. You can still do that. You can do that. Oops. If you noticed how I rotated it, if you double click on object, it brings out these arrows and stuff. That's now for rotating, and this is the axis where it will rotate from. So you can move this there, and now it will rotate from that corner. Alright, so you can even move it to that corner. Okay, this is now the ellipse tool. It's for drawing circles. You click, you hold the click, and then you drag and you draw your circle. If you look at these numbers there, do you remember where we changed the page size and stuff? Yeah. You can alternatively you can also do it for the circle. So if we want a perfect circle at 10 centimeters, another 10 centimeters, now we have a perfect circle because we customly or manually inserted the size of the circle. This part here, that's just where the circle is on the page. This represents the x-axis. If I can right click, view rulers, so you got this on the x-axis. That's at about 15 centimeters, and then you got the y-axis. That's like where are we? Where are you not showing? 20 centimeters, because on the y-axis it starts recording from down and it goes up. From the x, it starts on the left and it goes this way. Okay, so the rulers I use for getting accurate things. If I want this circle to be in line with this funny rectangle, I just boom. Now they're in line. There are other tools under this 3-point rectangle. Okay, weird. Never used that. I've never used that. I haven't really found that the need to. And then the ellipsis tool also has stuff underneath. It's got 3 points. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I haven't used that either. The one that's interesting is this one. It has the Polygon Tool. So you can determine how many sides it has by clicking there. So you can increase the number of sides. Sorry, that's just my alarm going off. So now we have that, like the, what do you call them again? The stop sign tools. I think we can just create a stop sign tool at the end of this tutorial, so that at least you guys leave with something, with some knowledge. Is this how a stop sign looks? No, it's just a circle. Anyway, we'll do something. So yeah, then we have this. Oh wait, under the polygon tool, we have a lot of things. These things I'll let you guys just play on your own for the sake of time. Then we've got this for it's the text tool. This is where now you can type headings. You can also type paragraphs. Yeah, so you can just click and hold and drag and just make a square, and then you can drag. Then you can type a paragraph. Alternatively, you can type in Microsoft Word and just copy and paste it here. But yeah, what is this? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't even use that. I don't use anything here. I don't use any of these either. Okay, this is the drop shadow tool. Let's click on this circle. So on this circle, it has no shadows, right? But if I click on this preset, it will give you different options on how you want the shadow to appear. Okay, this is bottom left, so the shadows at the bottom left. Top left, so the shadows up there now. Also, you can use this one, the small glow. It encompasses the circle, so let's just make it yellow so that we can. Sorry, just use this, make it yellow. Just increase. Can't really see the shadow. Okay, anyway, there's a shadow around that. It was supposed to be a small glow, so then we'll put medium glow, and then we'll put large glow. Anyway, so we'll just remove the shadow. So with the drop shadow, another way you can do it is like this. Okay, let's just give this shadow, this circle, a color. Okay, there we go. That's the shadow we created. Let's just do it again. So it wasn't showing because the circle is hollow and the line is thin. So this is what I did the first time. I clicked from the bottom, and then you go up, and then you can change the angle of the shadow depending on how your light source is, or you can just have it down like that so that it shows that it's sitting on the floor. Okay, so let's go back to the presets. Small glow. Okay, now you got the small glow. You can change the color of the glow. It's yellow. Okay, so that's the shadow tool, and then we have a transparency tool. Okay, let me just click this. Okay, and yeah, I hope you noticed that whenever I want to click on a shape, I have to go back there. So remember, I was here, but because I wanted to click on the shapes to delete them, I had to go back to the pick tool. The pick tool is what allows you to go back and delete stuff. And I'm deleting with the delete key. Alternatively, you can right click and go to delete. So we just want to play with the circle, put it in the middle. Okay, so now I want to play the transparency tool. So I'm going to duplicate the circle by clicking on the plus. But you know on your numlock keys on the right side of the keyboard, if you're using a laptop, I don't think you have this key. Some laptops do, some don't. So you just click the plus tool and let it duplicate in the circle. Alternatively, if you don't have the plus tool, you can just right click. Well, there's not duplicate, but you can copy. You can click Control V to paste, and now you got two circles. Okay, so let's just delete that. So we'll just use this one. We'll just put it there. Okay, and then we'll get the transparency tool. Okay, now it looks like a reflection. Alright, so that's what the transparency tool does. Another way is you can click on the transparency tool, and you can just click one of these presets on uniform to make everything transparent. Okay, this is a fountain transparency, it's like a gradient transparency, which is what we just did. Okay, it's got patterns. I really use these other stuff. I just use probably these two, and then it's got other blending modes like in Photoshop. Maybe if you're making flares and stuff, you'd probably use this, although Corel's not very famous for the flares. So I'm just doing everything using Control Z. Alright, this is the pick tool, picking colors and stuff. You can pick and actually drop the color. Let's just try that again. Click there, and then let's just pick another color. So we can only pick a color from the page. Let's pick this yellow. Let's drop it in there. Boom. Alright, awesome. Click back there, click here, delete. These tools now, these are the object properties. If this is not there, right click on your page and click object properties, and they appear. So I've clicked on the circle. These are the properties of the circle. This is the size of the line. You can make it thinner, you can make it thicker. These are the sizes of the line around the circle, or you can just remove it. Okay. This is if you want to use pixels, if you want to use centimeters and all of that, but I prefer using points. And then if you click on the bucket, this is where you can change the color of the circle. If you want like a really custom color, you can be using this thing. If you want to just pick a color, you can click on the color eyedropper, and then you can just pick whatever color you want. The easiest way is just to click one of these colors. If you want like one of these primary colors that are just easy to find. Okay, and then what we have, okay, so this is where we did the color. This is now where we have the fountain fill. Photoshop users know it as a gradients fill. This is where now you can have like two colors mixing with each other. You'd have to play around with this to get used to it. So you can see our circle now has two colors. This is the pattern fill. You can just pick a pattern from the presets. This is another one, another pattern thingy. You can just pick whatever pattern you want. Okay. Then we have this, the transparency tool. You can click there, and then you can change how transparent you want your object to be. Much more simpler than using this part. And then you got the fountain transparency. Oh, it doesn't move. Okay, so you got the fountain transparency. Ellipse. Oh yeah, this is because we're using an ellipse thingy. So I'm just going to do Control Z, bring it back. Wait, I want that other part. This. Okay, so just click on this again. Yeah, so that's all. So just play around with all of this. Everything, just play around with it. And just, enjoy yourself. Thank you, that's all for today. Oh wait, we're supposed to create something. Stop sign. So I'm going to duplicate the circle. Have I duplicated it? No. Duplicate the circle. If you hold Shift and pull from the corner, it will maintain the size or to maintain the shape. I want this red. I hope the stop sign is round. Now to send that object to the back, you just right click, order, send to back of page. Now it's behind the other circle, so we get this circle and we'll make it white, and then we'll get this and we'll type the word stop. and then we'll change the fonts from there. I'll do another tutorial on fonts. That's the size of the fonts. You can reduce the size from there. With fonts, you always change the size from the corners. Never do this because you are changing the shape. Never do that or that because you're changing the original shape. And then we can make this red. And we have our stop sign. Is it supposed to be red or black? Anyway, yeah, that's all for today. Our next tutorial will be on the shape tool. We'll probably create the shape tool. Let's create the Pepsi logo. We'll just what logo can we do on the shape tool? Okay, let's recreate the Dell logo. No, Dell logo is very okay. Let's recreate the Pepsi logo on the next tutorial.